Hi, my name is Liz Corbett, and my lesson plan is called Reigniting a Love for Reading in Miss Hurley's Class. When interviewing Miss Hurley, the problem that she told me that she faces in her classroom is that her students are not where they should be as far as meeting basic core standards of reading and writing. She feels like the reason behind this challenge delay is caused by the combination of too much screen time in the classroom and at home. And as most of you know, we are kind of living in an age where screen time takes up quite a lot of our daily time. Despite her fears that this is the reason for her kids not meeting the core standards, I'm going to introduce her to ways in which to make technology maybe improve her situation. This graph here kind of just shows how reading fluency has degraded because screen time has increased. Miss Hurley teaches a first grade class in a public school. She is required by law to do the best she can to plan lessons that pertain to the state's Common Core standards. With a class full of 6- and 7-year-olds, some of which have behavioral disorders and many that have screen addictions, she is finding that teaching reading and writing is getting progressively harder. This lesson is designed to apply technical applications to reignite a love for reading from Miss Hurley's first grade students, to apply Common Core standards to properly assign and assess the material covered by the lesson, and to provide Miss Hurley with the peace of mind that her students remain where they should be under reading and comprehension standards. The technology we have available in her classroom is somewhat limited. She does not have a smart board, however, she has an Elmo projector and a laptop, which can be used together in order to project things onto the screen from her laptop. So you could do YouTube videos, Powtoon, PBS Kids, all kinds of things. Whatever you can bring up on your laptop screen, you can project onto her marker board. On top of that, all of her students are assigned an iPad. So we will be utilizing those iPads for our lesson. How I plan to utilize this technology is, again, like I said, using the Elmo projector combined with her laptop to project my lesson onto the board for the students. I will also, like I said, utilize the students' iPads to complete the reading assignment. The apps that I will use will be Powtoon, which will be how I introduce the assignment. This is kind of a picture of some of the things you can do with Powtoon, so it could be fun for the kids to learn about how and what they're going to be doing for my lesson. The Homer Reading app is the app that we are going to be using to get the students into reading books online. Lesson details. First, I will show my Powtoon presentation to the class and to Miss Hurley, which will introduce them the objectives of my lesson. This lesson will cover information regarding the new app I am introducing to the class and how I plan to use it. It will also go over the assignment that will be assessed at the very end of the lesson. Next, we will get on the Homer Reading app that will already have been downloaded onto the students' individual iPads. I will read a predetermined book from the Homer Reading app to the whole class one time. Then the students will read the predetermined book from the Homer Reading app to themselves one more time. After the students have had ample time to read by themselves, the students will take a quick short answer quiz over the book that will help assess their comprehension. Finally, we will have a class discussion over the book that covers the standards that I chose to focus on. Curriculum alignment goals. Here are a couple of the standards that I am going to focus on for this lesson that applies to the concerns that Ms. Hurley has for her class. The DESE standard RF 1.3 is a standard that requires that students know and be able to apply grade-level phonics and word analysis skills in decoding words. This is going to be important for them to be able to read the book in order to meet the requirements of the DESE standard RL 1.1, which is a standard that covers reading literature and states that students should be capable of asking and answering questions about key details in a text. Assessment methods. We will have a class discussion after we read the book. The class discussion will reveal a lot in a first grade class. You should be able to tell if the students understood the main idea of a story. It should become obvious if they understand a general sequence of events within the story, and it will become evident whether or not the students picked up on a moral or meaning to the story. For the short answer handout, the handout will act as the official assessment since it will apply directly to each individual student. The handout will have a rubric designed to help grade it, according to the standards I chose to focus on. This rubric will act as a record of how each student falls under the different standards. Here I just have a picture of students engaging in conversation about the book that we've read. And here is a copy of a rubric that I would use to grade the short answer assignment. Goals I intend to meet. My main goal is to reignite a love for reading in first graders, even if that means they are reading from an iPad. I also hope to help Ms. Hurley get her kids closer to meeting the standards that are required by the state of Arkansas. I plan to follow up with Ms. Hurley in the future to see if my ideas and lessons were helpful to her. It is important to me to find out if they were, and if they were not, I would like to know if she found a different route to improve her situation.